everyone, happy Monday. Thanks for coming in tonight. So tonight we are working on combining a bunch of our improv blocks that I'm making from the scraps from my Splendid Sampler quilt along. I'm going to be starting to combine these into larger pieces. And I've actually already started. I worked on this on Saturday when it was pouring here. So I already have some larger pieces and I want to continue that process for that tonight. I'll show you where I'm at with it. And we might have time to make more. I still have scraps left, so I might have time to make a couple more little pieces like that. So thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, penguinandfish.com, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits, and I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery, and I'm super happy to have you guys here tonight. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central, where we just chill and craft and work on a project. So we're working our way through the Splendid Sampler quilt along. We have the front completely done, and now I'm taking all my scraps from the front and making the back of my quilt. And we made progress over this weekend on it. My husband helped move things around and work on it, so I will show you that now, and then we'll continue on making the back bigger and bigger with these scraps. So thanks again for coming in. Let me know how your weekend was in the comments below. I appreciate that. And let me know if you can hear me. Just put like one of those little wow smileys or just say yes or something in the comments. We've been having some weird sound things lately, but thanks so much. I will flip you around and we'll get started. Thanks again, guys. Okay, here we are tonight, guys. So check it out. This is one of the pieces that I've started to put together. So this has part of the names. We got our little Splendid Sampler logo in there. Some of our blocks starting to be sewn together, and I'm filling it in all with these big chunks of this blue. So the pieces that I wanted to do tonight. Oh, Sherry, happy birthday. That's nice. That's a good weekend. All right, so I'm going to, today, this isn't attached yet. I want to, this isn't even on yet, but I wanted to make that little funny yellow guy here. Oh, good, you guys can hear me. I appreciate you letting me know. Thanks so much. And then we're going to put this other little block here, and I'm going to sew it to this whole piece. So I did make another chunk like this that will go underneath this, and maybe we'll sew that on tomorrow. But we are making progress. Look, it's looking like a chunk of fabric all of a sudden, and I'm loving it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to set you down. Let's get sewing. So what I'm going to do first is, let's scooch this out of the way a little bit. I want to sew this bottom piece on first. So this is one of our guys that we made. Look at that tiny little guy there, half square triangle. Oh, here's another half square triangle hiding out. So I wanted this like long piece in between the two larger pieces that I've already done. But I thought, let's throw a chunk of something in here. Let's throw this in here instead of having one piece all like this. So let's start there. I've already kind of trimmed it. And so now we just need to sew and press. And this is what's going to be, I'm going to sew this on the bottom of that other piece. I'm still cutting it without a ruler or anything, so a lot of times things aren't perfect, but that's kind of the fun of it. And if they get really awkward, I've been adjusting it. Oh, look, you guys, we just literally just ran out of bobbin thread. Check it out. I had just enough to finish this. I could have used a couple more stitches. Yeah, you know what? I might have to put in like 2 more stitches, but all right, new bobbin time. Luckily, I have already pre-wound a bobbin because I was smart for the first time on this project. Uh, so this should go real quick. Old bobbin out. I'll have to wind him up again, get him ready. So I'm pointing the thread away from me on the top while I point this guy towards me. And just guide it up through there. All right. Funny. It's always, first of all, it's nice that I caught it right away because that doesn't usually happen. But yeah, we'll just have to go over those last couple stitches just a tiny hair. And we could probably get away without doing it, but wow, that goes a lot faster when I don't have to wind a bobbin. I'm just gonna store it up here as a little reminder. Okay, where were we? Let's add a couple tiny stitches on the back of this. Actually, let's run it through here again for, oh, wait a sec. Oh yeah, it looked like I wasn't threaded anymore, but we're still in there. Okay. All right, actually, I wanted to go more like this. Just gonna back tack that there. We probably really didn't need to do that, but we're good to go now. Okay, so that was the first side. I'm going to sew the second side on right away. I think I've trapped this with threads, so let's start that over. Remove some of those threads. There we go. A cleaner little ender there. All right. So here we are, sewing it onto the larger piece. I love how it just shrinks up everything. Now we got this little skinny blue piece there. All right, and then the other piece right here is ready to go. I've been laying all this out on my living room floor, so I'm sure the hubs is anxious for me to get this back done too. I'll probably, now that I have some of these in larger pieces, I'll probably move it. Move it all out of the way. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have cleaned it right away when I switched the bobbin. That was supposed to be my new little habit to get into, cleaning the, ooh, let's press this too, it's pretty wrinkly, but cleaning the machine every time I switch the bobbin, so I don't know. It's hard to do when you just want to keep working, so I will have to do that in a little bit here. Once we're done here tonight. All right, I think I'm going to press out towards these larger pieces because there's a lot of bulk in this inner guy. You laid out all your blocks Friday! Oh, the first time you've seen them together! Oh, Josa, that is so exciting. I hope you were just in awe of all the work that you did. That's just neat. Oh, there, impressive. So proud of yourself, Josa. You should totally be. I don't have the towel on the ironing board tonight because I'm going to do some larger pieces and my towel isn't big enough. So, nope, no towel tonight. I'm just going to hope that it doesn't burn all my fabric. But, all right, there we go. We have a piece within other pieces. Actually, I think I'm going to have it go this way. So this is going to go, let me show you guys again. I have this larger piece. So this is going to go on the bottom of this. So it will line up with the edge here. I think I've already got that kind of measured out. And it will kind of be floating off the side here. You know, I've just been playing with these larger pieces and kind of throwing them in. So I haven't been thinking of design too much. I'm just kind of looking at the overall thing. I kind of like these floating guys this is going to be a little floating piece here. That's what we're going to start on now. And once we have that ready, then we can sew this piece we just did onto the bottom of this whole piece. So, all right, let's scooch this out of the way. Here's what we got going on here. So I don't even have this on yet. This will go onto the end of this blue piece. I needed it, I was shifting things along, so I needed this blue to actually be a hair longer. And since it needed to be longer, I thought I'd throw in a little piece. We talked about maybe having a little yellow piece floating off in space, and I thought this would be a good example of that. I might do that a couple times. So since I'm going to be cutting, like this isn't even on, this is just a solid piece yet, but since I'm going to be cutting here and here, we're going to lose a 1/2 inch on either side of here. So in total, I'm going to lose an inch on this piece. And as you can see, it's lined up at the top. But, at the bottom, I only have about a 1/4 inch. So I'm probably going to need to add more fabric. I'll probably add it to the top of this. And I thought we could take, here are my remaining scraps. I thought we could take a bunch of the small remaining scraps and maybe put like a little teeny tiny row of stuff at the top there. I thought would be kind of fun. So this one might take a little bit of work tonight, but let's start. I'm going to shush this guy off to the side. Let's start with this guy here. So what I'm going to do, I already have this kind of position where I wanted it in general. And I'm going to just cut. Oh, this is not very square, but that's okay. I'm going to just cut along there. And I'm going to cut along here as well. Just applique on, totally, I could do that really. Oh, you brought it to a quilting retreat, your Splendid Sampler quilt too. That was neat. How fun to be able to show it off after working so hard on it. All right, so I'm going to just go to the end of here. You know what? This side actually matches a little bit more because this is a little crooked too. So I'm going to sew these together, and then I will trim it and sew this to this. And that will get, we're just sewing the smaller pieces to larger pieces. So I can't sew this. We're doing the exact same thing as how we made the little blocks. I can't sew this one to the bigger piece without extending it so that it's the same length as this. So we're going to sew it to a smaller piece right here, and then we'll sew it to there, and we'll sew this to there as well. We'll cut this off first, though. So that's same as making our big blocks. We're just doing it a little bit larger now. It's fun. It's fun to cut into these large little shapes. Yeah, applique, I mean, that's actually a really great idea. I'm just kind of, with the back, I'm doing this whole experiment in this improv piecing and slashing things up and all that just to try. It's kind of new to me, the whole idea of this improv piecing. Oop, we got a stray little half square triangle there. So I'm kind of trying to push myself a little bit in this cutting things up arena, just because. But yeah, in theory, could have just really quickly appliqued that on. But I don't know, this piecing is pretty fun. All right, so here we go. That guy's gonna go there and here. So I'm gonna just trim it a little bit right now. I can use this piece later, so I'll put that in my scrap pile. And let's sew, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's sew it to this guy first. And then I'll trim the rest of it. Then we'll sew it to this bottom piece. Oh my gosh, you made 111 blocks, nice! Says 9 more, so once this... Morning is over, I have another stint of piecing. So 111. I did 110. Did you do a lot of the bonus blocks? I think my mom ended up with 109 on accident, so we had to make another one before she could put all hers together. So that was kind of funny. Oh no, did she do? Yeah, she did 11 by 10 like I did. You know what? Let's sew this other guy on right away, and then we'll press both of them like how we did. Oh wait. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just do the other one. I'll trim it after. I was gonna trim it first, but I don't know. I'm feeling lazy. I wanna be able to press both of these at the same time. So let's get this guy on too. Then I'll trim that extra little piece off. I'm having a really good time stitching just all these smaller blocks into this bigger back. It's been fun to see it grow, and it grows so fast since I'm using these really large pieces. I think we'll press outward again. It's been fun using these larger pieces because, man, you get so much done right away when you're using these big pieces of fabric. Which is so different than the Splendid Sampler front of the quilt because, man, we're just using tiny pieces of fabric for that. All right, let's trim this up. We got our little piece going like there. See, so we've tucked in this little yellow piece into the quilt, which I think is fun. Oh, you did 11 bonus blocks. Oh no! So what are you gonna do? Are you going to do 9 additional, or how are you gonna put one on the back, or how are you gonna design it so they all fit in there? That's funny. All right. So here, this is what I'm gonna put on the edge. Man, I should be a little farther away from you guys tonight, but let's see if I can fit it all in there. So here's the big piece that I've already done. I've sewn a bunch of our little improv blocks onto there already. Let's just tuck it up a little bit. Okay, so I want this. We gotta look at our measurements now again. Puzzle. Okay, so I want this guy to go from the bottom here. So let's see how much room we have at the top. So there is a little gap. And I thought it'd be fun to just take a bunch of our scraps, and try and fill in that little space. Like, if we get a bunch of 1-inch squares or so, that should do the job. So I'm gonna just bring my little pile of crazy back over here. But see, look, we have so many small pieces that we could chain piece, or we could put a whole pile of these. This is actually too small. So when I line it up, if I line it up at the top here, it should be a good 1/2 inch bigger than the top. And I might just trim the top off if it's not right. So this one's probably okay. Maybe if I tilt it this way, it's a little taller. So I need yeah, that's better. So I need a few more pieces like that. Just oddball crazy pieces. So that one I haven't cut off. I could do a longer piece, but this one's actually probably not that long, or not long enough. I love this, using up these weird itty bitty pieces. I think that'll be good. We'll trim off the whole top. Lots of small pieces. Oh, here's another cute little guy. We could go like that. Maybe we put him there and these two connect kind of funny. That'd be a fun little wacky thing. Oh, and then I'll probably need one more to make it. I need it as wide as this guy too. So let's get one more in there. How about this blue one? I'm a little worried about this being tall enough. I think that'll be fine yet. So let's get one more in. Wow, I have pieces even smaller. What about this guy? I'll have to trim all these at the top, but that's okay. Something to do, backs for the front. All right, so let's sew these together, and we'll make this little tiny funny ridge at the top here, and then it'll be tall enough. I mean, this is getting really picky, but I do have all these scraps, so I might as well use them yet. I could have just sewed it together and then just trimmed the top of all this, or I could have sewed just a simple strip, but why not? I got these pieces, let's be weird with them. So, all right. Here we are. I'm going to just shift these out of the way. I'm going to put these in order just horizontally like that here. Okay, let's get all those together. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, you were saying it was snowing down in Australia, weren't you? How's the weather going on there? My brother will be out in Australia soon again for the winter skiing season. All right, I am going to just quickly, while these are sewn together, trim this blue guy because he's a little, I mean, they're both blue, but the weird pixely one because he's not lining up quite right. Actually, neither of these are very straight. Let's just, oh man, fine, I'm going to press. Oh, it's flooding. Oh, man. That's not good. I wanted to press these all at once, but this one's so crooked that I figured I should take a look at it. Yeah, look at this wonky bit. This was supposed to be, I think I had it this way. Oh, I could go this way, though. Nah, I kind of like it this way. So I need to straighten this out before I go further. There we go. This is our baseline here. All right, so next up, wow, this is a tiny little piece. This guy goes onto there. I'm gonna line it up with that baseline. Okay. Man, flooding is super scary. All right, now I think I'll just try and keep sewing, and we'll trim this up after. I think all these will be just tall enough that I can trim them up. All right, then I wanted this guy on. So let's throw those two together. All this work for this tiny little row to balance out these pieces, I think is pretty funny. Oh my gosh, you've been sewing the outside borders. Oh, that's awesome. Then off to the quilter lady. Wow! So you were just about done too, Jennifer. That's amazing. Then this guy. How exciting. We're all kind of wrapping these up. Let me know who's all working on this. If I know a few of us are just getting done, but they're about to start up. Oh my gosh, in a couple days now. Because what is today? Is today the 20th? Oh gosh, I don't even know. I gotta check now. Today is the freaking 22nd. I thought it was only the 20th today. So the Splendid Sampler will be starting up again, the quilt-along, in like 3 days from now already. So there's time to get going on this yet too. If you're oh, you just started. Oh, awesome, Charlie Ann, that's awesome. So yeah, the Splendid Sampler is starting up again. I mean, there's 2 rounds of it, so we're just finishing the first round. And now that the book's out, they're doing another round of it, and that's starting up real soon here. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think I will participate in a few of the blocks. I'll keep an eye on it for sure. Oh, I think so too, Rosalie. Doing these little, like, extra bits is just gonna make it just that extra little special when I'm done. Wow, I can tell that I must be sewing a little crooked still because it's tighter at the bottom than it is at the top, but oh well, something for me to work on. I think I might need to add one more piece on here. I don't think we're quite long enough here yet. Oh gosh, not by a long shot. All right, that's right. I forgot to take into consideration that we're losing a ½ inch on all of these. So all right, we need a pile more here. What about this? This is awfully pretty. That could take care of the whole bit. But then I'll be losing just a little bit. Wonder if I have something else in here. All these itty bitty pieces. Oh, you're numbering your blocks. That's so fun. With Roman numerals. Oh, that's cool. That'll make it easy to stitch. Man, some of these are actually too small. How can they be too small? I can't imagine sewing smaller guys than these. Huh. You know what? Maybe that piece was the way to go. Yeah, you know what? I think I am. I'm just going to use this piece here. All right. Let's finish this guy off, and then we will sew him on. I do really love using up all these pieces. I'm feeling so good about it, and my pile is looking so small compared to what it started out as, all my little scraps. So I think that's, I don't know, I'm happy about that. It's fun to see this develop, see where it's going, I think. Alrighty, there's our top little piece, that's for sure. Oh, Linda, I hear ya, and that's perfectly okay that you're taking your time on it. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and sew this on. You know what? I think I better trim this one a little bit. We'll just go like that for now. That'll make it a little easier for me to sew. It's not totally even here, but I'm gonna just let it be versus trimming it just to make sure that we have the height we need. Oh, you have to choose fabric for the back yet? Yeah, that's tricky. Oh, you're not sure you have big enough pieces to make 9 more blocks. Oh man, you'll have to make 9 more blocks like this. You could do you could do improv blocks like this for your last 9. I'm just trying to grab this bottom piece and hold it together here. Keep organizing your stuff, so still have about 20 blocks to finish. Oh, that's not bad at all, Rosalie. Good job. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for it to start up again. Like I've been saying, we'll do some other projects as well. I'm hoping to have more info on that. I know I keep saying that, but I feel like I keep running more and more behind. But I'll get there. But I will have some other projects that we'll be working on. But we might interject those projects here and there for a Splendid Sampler block. I for sure want to do mine again, which is block 11. So we will do that one. But who knows, I might try out another block here or there as well. All right, I think we have the height we need. Look at this cute little border on here. It gets so cleaned up. Oh man, I didn't match points. I didn't even think to match points. Oh well. But it gets so cleaned up once you frame it off and trim it. It's just really fun. Oh, you feel like you want to do it again, but just your favorites. You know what? I think that's a great idea. I think that might be what I do too. There are a lot of them that, okay, I'm just trimming the edges here. There were a lot of them that I thought, man, these would be cool, like really, really big. So I might even try that, like try enlarging the design a bit to see what that ends up being. I think that would be kind of fun. All right, so now let's sew this on to here, and then we should have the right length for the bottom. Oh, look, so this is good. It's just a little over, which is fine, because I think it gets shorter here, so I think we'll be just the right height. Oh, I love this little weird strip here, so funny. Okay, so let's put these edges together, and we will sew up our little yellow piece and our fun little extra border that we did on top there. Okay. Get this sort of matched up. I still like the idea of this little yellow square that we put in here, just kind of interjecting it in there. This floating yellow square. And I'm not pinning or anything, just every once in a while, I'm, once it gets to here, I'm just lining up the next bit edges, and then I'm just holding it there, and once I get to my fingers again, then I'll line up the next bits. I'm not being too worried about pinning or anything. I don't think I really need to be for this. This whole thing is free-form cut and everything anyway. Alright, getting to the end here. This would totally be a fun way to make a whole quilt, though, this sort of crazy improv stuff. I could see just breaking into the scrap bin and doing it with a bin of scraps. Alright, let's snip that and snip this. I started past 12-inch blocks, but behind. Oh, that's fun. Oh, you're going to use them for your backing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I think Pat's doing actually several more quilt-alongs right now, which is kind of neat. It's neat that she's doing all those. Something for everyone. All right, so let's just give that seam a press. And we'll press it open here. This is why I don't have the towel down tonight, because I'm doing an area larger than the towel. Oh, look, my floating little square. I like him. It's nice. Okay, there we are. So now that's connected to the rest of our bit. We're getting bigger. It's like an actual thing of fabric now, which is fun. So I'm going to quickly, here's our top little bit, just hiding out there. I'm going to just trim the top of that off the best I can, freehand. And this will be ready for whatever we sew onto it next. It's all wonky and crooked, which I kind of love. Look, it's just gonna, especially once we get, let me see if I can show you. Once we get a seam allowance on there, like sewing it into the next thing, look how skinny they're gonna be. It's gonna be just this itty bitty bitty strip just hiding out in here. I'm a little overly excited about that, I think. But all right, so now it's time to sew. Let's see if I can show you guys. I want to sew this first piece that we did, this guy, onto the bottom here. And I think, if I remember right, I think I have it all kind of measured out where I wanted it. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty close. I just kind of estimated, so I'll be a little bit over the edge, but it's kind of where I want it, I think. Just kind of floating out there. Actually, I think if I line it up with this edge over here, then I think that's kind of where I wanted it, kind of floating in space over here. So that's good. I will flip this around. Did I need to trim this at all? Oh, I did. I didn't trim this yet. So let's do that yet. I thought it was looking a little not straight. So it looks like it thins out over here. I am cutting this by hand without a ruler, so sometimes it gets wider and sometimes it gets skinny. Oh, thanks, Linda. I mean, while we've been doing this, like some of these smaller little blocks, I was thinking, man, if this was big, it would totally look like modern art, and you could totally just put it on a canvas and frame it almost. You could wrap fabric like this around a canvas and turn it into, you know, little art pieces. And I was thinking, man, you know, especially like with this would be so cool just if it was big and framed on a canvas, like stretched over a canvas. So I was totally thinking that would be really fun. And hey, maybe we'll do that with some of the Splendid Sampler blocks. Make it big and stretch it over canvas. That might be a fun project. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be a fun thing for us to do with the new Splendid Sampler. Since I have done all the blocks already, it might be fun to be like, okay, what can you do with blocks other than, you know, make it into a quilt or something? So it would be fun to like turn some into some bags or like art pieces or stuff like that, I think. Or, you know, what happens if you blow them up huge or that sort of thing. I think that might be a fun way to do it. So I won't do all the blocks, but every now and then maybe we'll grab one and do something fun with it. How do you cut without a ruler? Carol, she actually talks about that in the book, Sherry Lynn Wood. I'm getting this all from the style of improv piecing from Sherry Lynn Wood's book here, an improv handbook for modern quilters. And she actually has a whole section. I wonder if I can find it. She has a whole section on, well, not a whole section, but she does talk about it, how to cut straight. I wonder if I can find it. Yeah, cutting from your core. So she has a whole kind of thing on how to cut strips and everything with just going, just like kind of planting yourself in place and, you know, going forward with the right pressure and stuff. She even talks about it, which I think is kind of funny because, yeah, that was a big scary part for me, is like, okay, how can I cut this? All I try and remember is keep my hands out of the way. I don't want to slice any fingers off. After that, I'm okay. But, like, you know, taking a breath and just moving forward. It is funny, though, that she does talk about that in there. Let me just throw it back here quick. All right. Almost getting to the end. I mean, if I did pin this or wonder clip it, I could probably zip through this a lot faster. I mean, when I'm doing it this way, I have to stop and then go to the next little area, line it up. I'm sure it's not as accurate that way, but I think it's fine for what I'm doing here. Okay. That was our little block that we added in here. And now just sew to the end. So one thing, when you're sewing tiny pieces, you don't have to shuffle the edges so much, like I am now, to keep them lined up. Have you thought about putting your main fabric with the wrong side out? The main fabric with the wrong side out? Oh, that's actually a kind of a fun idea, because it is a hair lighter. It's I can show you when I turn the light off from the machine. Wait, yeah, I'm off. So it's just barely a hair lighter. So this is the right side, and here's the wrong side, so the front of the fabric and the back of the fabric. It does add just a hair of texture, which is kind of cool. So that'd be interesting. I could totally would consider putting a little piece here or there in reverse. I think that'd be fun. All right, let's press this. So this is a big long piece to press. my scraps, get them out of the way. The scraps might all end up on the floor, but oh well. I think we'll do this side and then we'll do the other side. I probably should have, oh, I think I did press this piece a little bit before I did it. It's feeling a little wrinkly. But all right, let's kind of get this going. All right, I'm gonna flip and do this side really quick. We'll have a little bit to trim off here. Okay, now I think I can do the entire piece. Look, our little guy floating off in space there. Fun. I like that this guy kind of mimics that. Let's get it right side up again. Let's go all the way along the edge here. Oh, I think it's looking so fun. So it's coming together. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on the ground in my living room with the other bit that I did, and I'm going to just keep laying these pieces on the ground that we've been working on, and then filling it in with these spaces so I have a spot for them, and once I run out of this fabric, which I might run out of, then I'll switch to that dark blue fabric. So, all right, I love, see now this really changes, doesn't it? Now it almost looks like this weird boat. It's just this piece and this piece, because now this piece and this piece have blended into the whole background. So now it's a really kind of wonky looking goofy piece. I think that's pretty fun. All right, let's trim this. Irene, we did. So we did put in our garden. That was my big excitement for the weekend. We were planning on doing that Saturday, but it was pouring outside Saturday. And then, so we did it Sunday instead, but it was freezing. I had a winter hat on, but we finished the garden, well, pretty much. We finished digging up the grass and got tomatoes and peppers planted, and I'm super happy with it. And now we have to buy a few more plants for it, but yep, it was a good weekend, even though it was cold and so cold and rainy, but we did get the garden. We did get to hang out outside, but man, it tuckered me out and it was cold, just cold. All right, I'm gonna lay this out. Let's see what it looks like. Let me see if I can scooch the machine away a little bit. Oh, it's bigger than the table yet, but here we go. I'm gonna lift you guys up. So here is the start of the back of my quilt. So that's that piece that we did, that long piece. Oh, and there, our teeny weird little row up there, and then this long piece is what we did today. But it's a start. It does look, I think, like goofy little guys floating off in this blue space, and I think that's the plan. I'm gonna just keep going with this for the rest of the quilt. I'm not gonna think about the whole quilt together. I'm just gonna keep going in this kind of way we've been doing, lining up a few things here and there. That's a good point. But yeah, so I do have all the names on. I have the little logo on. I am pretty excited. It is coming. It's quickly coming together, this back, just because we're putting these big pieces in. So woohoo! I'm excited. So I think we'll end it there for the night, guys. This seems like a good place to stop, and maybe we will. I love this. We'll start up another section of this tomorrow, but it's finally coming together. I can feel that we're almost to the quilting time. I'm getting stoked. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around. All right, it's coming together. We have like a legit big piece here. So let's see if I can stand up and you guys can see. So there we go. It's looking like something. I like it. It's goofy, but That's the point. So awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for coming in. I'm excited that this is coming together. Just so you know, this will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies if you do a search for that, or if you do a search for the Splendid Sampler. All my blocks will come up for that if you need any help with the blocks. I do have all the videos up now that are going to go up for the Splendid Sampler. They're by date, so you do kind of have to search for kind of when we were working on it. Most of them are in order, except for when we don't have enough time to work on them, so you'll just have to kind of look at the pictures on there to see the blocks. A lot of them were done back in the Periscope days and back when we were doing it at portrait mode instead of landscape mode, so the older ones are a little more wonky. We might redo a few of those when the new Splendid Sampler starts, but they're all up now. Let me know if you need help finding something. But they're all there, and I'd love if you subscribed there too on YouTube. Then you'll be notified when new videos are up, and it'll be easier for you to find some things that way. And it'll stay here. This video will stay here on Facebook as well, where you can read all the comments. Oh, you've been finding them by block number. So I have them labeled by block number 2. So if you do a search for, if you just type in block 12, it'll probably come up. If you type block 12, the Splendid Sampler, it'll probably come up even easier. So that should be helpful. Oh, thanks, Mary Lynn. I appreciate that. I'm glad they've been helpful. They were fun for me to do for sure. And I'm going to keep filming stuff after we're done with the Splendid Sampler here. Like I said earlier, we will be working on a few other projects, but I'll jump into the Splendid Sampler here and there, and we'll play around with it a little. Instead of just doing the little blocks, we'll come up with some fun little projects for individual blocks, I think. So anyway, thanks again, guys. I am so happy you're here. I will be back here tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Central, and we'll be working on this back a little bit more. So thanks again. I will catch you later. Good night, guys.